Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Stock, and in this video we're taking a look at the week ahead, including Fed speeches and also the Tesla Investor Day coming up with Elon's Master Plan 3. So we're always looking ahead for that next financial opportunity. Check out the link down in the description for Moomoo. Just by signing up, you get up to 17 free stocks using my link. This is an exclusive offer. By clicking that link and signing up, a deposit of $100 more gets you 7 free stocks. $1,000 or more gets you 17 free stocks, including shares of BBAI and AI. So please be on the lookout for that. Take advantage of it. I promise that you won't be sorry. Also, while you're checking out those links down in the description, take a look at the link for my Patreon. Click it, sign up, be a member of the community, and we'll see you over in the Discord. With that said, I'm Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Let's get right into it. Monday kicks us off. We have durable goods. We have pending home sales. At 10:30 a.m., we get our first Fed speech. So it's the Jefferson speech. And there's 3 words that we want to listen for in the Fed speeches. One of those words is inflation or disinflation. We'll put those together all as one word, any regards to inflation. Recession is another word that we want to listen for, and also target rate. So we want to listen for those words to come up because that's going to give us flavor and context on the next FOMC meeting and possibly insight into the next summary of economic projections that comes out in March following the FOMC meeting on the March 22nd and 23rd. We get that at 2 p.m. So we would be watching for that March 23rd, 2 p.m. I think that that's going to be a really big market catalyst for us. Our next Fed speech doesn't happen until Thursday, and it's at market close. So at 4 p.m. Eastern time, Fed Waller comes out and gives us his speech. And again, we're still listening for every speech for those same 3 words. We want flavor on inflation, disinflation, deflation, whatever version of that word that they happen to use. Recession, and also remember the target rate for federal funds rate, looking for that 25 BP hike that we all expect at this point in time is the most likely case that we have. And then that takes us to Friday for Fed speeches, where we get 3 Fed speeches. We hear from Bostic, Bowman, and Barkin. I think it's fun that on Friday, every Fed speech that we have has the letter B to start it, so they're all very alliterative. And again, I haven't really changed my mind on those 3 words that we're listening for: flavor on inflation, flavor on recession, and also that terminal rate for the federal funds rate. With that said, I would like to talk about Investor Day for Tesla with Master Plan 3. It is possible that we see the stock price move as a result of it. I don't know that we're going to get a sell the news event. We're going to have to watch and see what happens Monday and Tuesday this week in the trading days, not only with the overall markets, but also with Tesla itself. The bulls and the bears have been fighting over Tesla's prices, and well, we're going to have to see. I think there's a big moment coming up, a break in either direction, and it is possible that we've already been holding on to those higher prices and we sell the news on Wednesday when Investor Day comes out. I do think that if it's something that is a years out development for Tesla, like a next roadmap for them, that it is possible that we get a bigger sell the news event where we drop down, we see some softness in their price on Wednesday when that comes out. If we get a big announcement, that's something that's going to near term impact in a positive way their revenues or their net income, those are things that I think could move it up from where it currently sits. But like I said, we're going to have to watch Monday and Tuesday, see what happens, and we could possibly sell that last trading day, that Tuesday, before we get there. It is also possible that we start to hear on Wednesday from Elon, and then Tesla stock moves as a result. So we're going to have to watch and see as Master Plan comes out. Overall, I am bullish on Tesla. I do want to see their price come down just a little bit to increase some opportunities with their stock before we move up to higher values. All right, so if you watched my live stream last night with Stock Moe, you'll know that I drew these 2 little lines on here. We got a little bit of a wedge formation, and it has a little bit of a bearish bias, landing us just under $200 per share for Tesla. And we could see, like I said, the overall markets are going to impact the price action that we see for Tesla. We're going to have to see if there's any excitement left to push us up after this extended run-up that we've had since January for Tesla to move us up to higher prices. If we see those leading up to Wednesday, it is a good chance that we get a sell the news either late in the day on Tuesday or possibly on Wednesday itself, that we sell into that Investor Day. So we're going to have to watch for that to happen. If we see weakness in their price leading up to Wednesday, it is possible that we rubber band either back up to this level or maybe we push even higher. We're going to have to really wait and see, and it really depends on the market bias that we get and the sort of news that we get from Elon for his Master Plan 3. Is it something more immediately impactful, or is it a years down the road sort of announcement? I think the nearer it is to experiencing the benefits of that move the sooner we could see the price action move up, or we could see more of a reaction with the price. If it's something down the road that's going to cost them money, I think that that could be something that would cause us to sell off a little bit. So we're going to have to watch and see what that announcement is. Is it going to be a cheaper EV? Is it going to be something with full self-driving? Is it going to be something regarding Dojo, their supercomputer? I'm really, really curious to find out, and I can't wait to hear from Elon on that. So I do want to wrap things up here. Looking beyond next week, I think the next big thing that we have in the markets is CPI and PPI, so March 14th and March 15th. Those are going to be enormous for us in terms of market movement, in my opinion. So when we take a look at the SPY, you can see we closed under the 50-day simple moving average. So now we have that as resistance. However, I think stronger than that resistance is the support we have with the 200-day simple moving average. So it is possible that we come down a little bit further over the next week. Maybe we come down to that 200-day. I don't know that we fall below it between now and then. I don't know that there's big enough catalysts to move us down below it leading up to the CPI and the PPI coming out, like I said, March 14th and March 15th. So we have just a little bit downward to go. And I think that there's reason to be just a little bit bullish leading into the early parts of March, leading up to those two releases, CPI, PPI, March 14th, March 15th. Please mark those on your calendars. I'm going to be putting out my video on each of those in the next few days coming up. So I already do have my preliminary video out, available over at my Patreon. It's one of my Patreon exclusives, and I'll be bringing that to YouTube shortly. PPI is one that I haven't developed yet for this coming month for February's report. That happens in March, but that's another one that I'll be putting out there as well. We'll wrap things up by talking about the Qs. So tracking NASDAQ 100 here, we haven't quite come down to that 200-day simple moving average. So that could be very good for us in terms of support. And we could possibly see, if we do see strength, we could possibly hit that golden cross moment coming up for QQQ. March could be kind to us. We'll just have to wait and see. If CPI and PPI are both very kind to us, then March could be a very kind month. Like I said, I think the support's going to hold out for us. We're going to have to wait and see if it does. We're going to have to see just how strongly the market reacts. I don't know that the Fed speeches are going to be hugely impactful to markets. We'll see if people interpret what they're saying as dovish, or if what they're saying is interpreted as hawkish. And that is really going to determine the direction of the markets that we go in. So let me summarize. The Fed speeches, we want to listen to them for any talk whatsoever regarding inflation, whether that comes in the form of inflation, deflation, disinflation. We want to listen for how they're thinking about that now that the January reports have come out, and possibly what light they have to shed onto February, or if they give any sort of indication on how they think those reports in February are going to come out. Also, we want to watch for Tesla Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for that investor day for Master Plan 3, and determine if we're going to see any sort of upward or downward movement from where Tesla currently sits. Like I said, the bulls and the bears have really been fighting over the current price right around that $200 mark, settling just below 200. So we have 200 as an area of resistance for us. I wouldn't be surprised over the next 2 days if market bias allows to see that come back up over 200. And hopefully Elon gives us some news that's going to be a near-term catalyst that pushes the price just a little bit higher so people can lock in a little bit more profit, anybody who's trading it prior to selling it off. Not financial advice, just an anticipation of what some people might do in their trades. Investors, well, if you're holding on to the long term, then the little minutia that we have in between shouldn't really matter to you very much anyway, although it does feel good when your investments go up, and it doesn't feel so good when those investments go down. On the horizon, CPI, PPI, they're going to be telling us a very important story. They're either going to reinforce what's been said in January about inflation not moderating as much as we want to, possibly still running hot, or it's going to refute it, saying that January was either a little bit more of a one-off or is just part of that ebb and flow, that up and down that we have with our inflationary measures. So thank you guys for listening to my commentary. If you want to hear more of it, like I said, check out the Patreon exclusives over at my Patreon. You can get there by using the link down in the description. If you want your free stocks through Moomoo, using my link to get that exclusive offer, also find that, sign up, deposit your money, get your free shares. I promise you won't be sorry. Last thing, I'm Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. We'll see you in the next video.